the painted sky, golden reflections slowly coming alive. So many roads that I could have walked through, yet everyone kept leading me to you. I've seen the seasons come and go away, watch the colors change from day to day. But through every chapter, every voice, my heart kept whispering, you are my choice. Through every question, every chance I faced, you were the answer time could never replace. You are my choice, my reason why, the brightest star within my sky. When the world keeps changing all around, you're the place where peace is found. You are my choice today and always, the melody that lights my days. Out of a million paths to take, you're the one I choose again. You are my choice. Out of all the roads I've known, you're the one that feels like home. The ocean sparkles underneath the sun, like it knows our story has begun. Every laugh echoes along the shore, making ordinary moments feel like more. Time keeps moving, but some things stay true. The best part of every dream is you. No matter where the future takes us next, you're the chapter I would never skip. Through every high and every turning page, you're the feeling that never fades. You are my choice, my reason why, the brightest star within my sky. When the world keeps changing all around, you're the place where peace is found. You are my choice today and always, the melody that lights my days. Out of a million paths to take, you're the one I choose again. And if tomorrow brings another road, I'll walk it gladly as long as you go. Because the greatest gift I've ever known is having someone who feels like home. Every dream becomes more beautiful when I'm dreaming next to you. You are my choice, now and forever, the one who makes every moment better. Through every season, through every year, you're the voice I always wanna hear. You are my choice, without a doubt, the one my heart keeps singing about. And if I had to start again, I'd still choose you in the end. You are my choice. You are my choice. Out of all the stars above, I would still choose your love. The balcony doors are open wide, white curtains moving with the tide. Two coffee cups beside the rail, salt on the air, boats in the pail. Palm tree shadows cross the floor, like they had done 1,000 mornings before. You trace circles on my hand, always folded softly into sand. The cafe across the street, play quiet songs beneath the heat. And somewhere down the coastal line, a motorbike disappeared in morning light. No one talked too much back then. We let the ocean fill the gap between us. The world moved slowly near the shore, like it was waiting outside the door. Golden tide, carry us slow. Golden tide, carry us slowly through these roads, washed in amber light. Barefoot hearts on empty beaches, watching distant sails turn white. Your reflection on the water still flickers when the sunlight moves. Every quiet coastal morning still begins somewhere with you. There were postcards in the drawer, faded corners from the year before, names of islands written in blue, places we promised we'd drive through. The radio hum low and warm, windows down through sleeping town. Seesaw resting on your skin, warm wind moving through your hair again. Fishing boats drifted small, and your voice beneath the morning haze sounded softer than the waves. The sunlight climbed across the room, landing softly on the wooden table. Nothing felt rushed or far away, not even time itself that day. Golden tide, carry us slowly. Golden tide, carry us slowly through these roads, washed in amber light. Barefoot hearts on empty beaches, watching distant sails turn white. Your reflection on the water still flickers when the sunlight moves. Every quiet coastal morning still begins somewhere with you. Years later I still remember that small apartment near the sea, the fan turned above the silence, old photographs taped beside the mirror. You fell asleep beside the window while fishing lights blinked offshore, and I stayed awake just listening to waves touching the boulevard below. Sometimes memories return quietly, like sunlight crossing an empty chair, without warning, without sound, just warmth entering the room again. Golden tide, stay here a little. Morning colors drifting through the blinds, coffee stains and tangled bed sheets, little traces that we left behind. Every road beside the ocean still holds shadows of those days, and somewhere palm trees keep on dancing to songs the cafes used to play. The coffee cup stayed unfinished beside the balcony at dawn. Curtains moved in the ocean wind long after the music was gone. Your footprints disappeared slowly where the shoreline touched the light, and the empty coastal highway kept blowing softly out of sight. stayed open all along. Ocean air drifting through the room, while linen curtains swayed slowly underneath the fading moon. You were standing in the kitchen light, barefoot on the wooden floor, two mugs warming quiet hands, while waves rolled against the shore. Outside the boulevard was empty, palm shadows stretch across the street. Somewhere near the old marina, a fisherman moved through the heat. And your sleepy smile beside me felt softer than the morning rain, like the kind of scene you only keep inside old photographs and frames. No plans waiting in the distance, no noise pulling us away, just sunlight crawling across the balcony, and another slow coastal day. This morning escape still lingers in my mind. Salt on your skin and sunlight in your eyes. Old cafes waking slowly, while records played somewhere nearby. Every road beside the ocean felt endless in that morning light. We drove north along the shoreline, windows down the whole way through. The scent of coffee and seawater mixed with traces of your perfume. Small boats drifted near the harbor, silver reflections on the sea. You leaned your head against the window, quietly humming melodies. We stopped beside a hidden diner, paint fading from the neon sign. An old man watered dusty flowers outside beneath the climbing vines. And somewhere in the middle of it, without saying anything at all, I realized those simple mornings were becoming my favorite part of life. Sunlight rested on your shoulders, like it never planned to leave. And every passing mile felt slower than any place I'd ever been. This morning escape still lingers in my mind. Salt on your skin and sunlight in your eyes. Old cafes waking slowly, while records played somewhere nearby. Every road beside the ocean felt endless in that morning light. Now sometimes when the city quiets and the evening traffic fades, I still hear waves against the seawall from those mornings by the bay. The little apartment near the coastline, seashells left beside the sink, your postcards taped beside the mirror, the old jazz songs and clinking drinks. It all returns without warning, like warm light crossing through a room. Small memories that never vanished, just faded softly into bloom. This morning escape still lies between the waves, and empty roads at sunrise and balcony shades. The ocean keeps your reflection somewhere inside the moving blue, and every peaceful coastal morning still carries me back to you. Chairs remain beside the balcony. Coffee growing cold by noon. Palm shadows cross the hallway walls as old songs played softly through the room. Far away the shoreline shimmered under slow and quiet light, and the coastal road kept winding long after we drove out of sight. First light touched the water slowly, turning blue reflection to gold. Fishing boats move through the silence, like stories waiting to be told. You stood wrapped inside my jacket, hair dancing in the ocean wind. Two sleepy hearts above the shoreline, listening to the waves again. Cafe downstairs was opening, chairs dragged softly across the stone. Radio played an old love song somewhere beneath our balcony home. And all the streets beside the harbor still carry traces of the rain. Tiny mirrors on the pavement, holding pieces of the day. You lean closer just to whisper something small I still remember, then smile quietly toward the sea. The sunlight covered everything. Ocean sunrise, moving slowly through the room. Palm tree shadows on white curtains, swaying softly in the blue. Your eyes carry morning colors, warm as coffee in my hands. And the shoreline kept on glowing, like it knew we'd never stay. We drove along the empty coastline, windows down to hear the tide. Old postcards on the dashboard shaking as warm air drifted through the night. A little fruit stand near the highway, still painted faded turquoise green. An old man sweeping sand from doorways, like some forgotten movie scene. You collected tiny seashells, slipped them into your coat pocket, laughing when the ocean water reached our feet beneath the dark bridge, far beyond the sleepy harbor. White sails disappeared from sight while sunlight poured across the dashboard, along with rivers made of light. No destination ever mattered. Now when mornings built like this, just your fingers drawing circles on the window circumits. Ocean sunless, oh and sunlit through the moon. Ocean sunrise, moving slowly through the room. Palm tree shadows on white curtains, swaying softly in the blue. Your eyes carry morning colors, warm as coffee in my hands. And the shoreline kept on glowing, like it knew we'd never stay. Now sometimes late in crowded evenings, I still hear that distant shore, the ceiling fan turning slowly, the sound of waves beneath the floor. Your sandals near the balcony door, with the half-read books beside the bed, so resting softly on your shoulders. Morning light across your neck. At those moments never asked for forever, they only wanted to be lived. Quiet pieces of a lifetime hidden inside ordinary things. Ocean sunrise still returns in little ways, through old songs and coastal highways, slow reflections on the waves. Every faded summer memory still carries traces of your name, and somewhere near the sleeping harbor, the morning still remains. The coffee cup sat untouched for hours beside the balcony rail. The curtains drifted in warm ocean air while distant boats disappeared. Tidewater across the sand, and sunlight slowly filled the hallway of that quiet place we had. Morning arrived through open windows, warm air drifting over white sheets. The ceiling fan turned slow above us, keeping rhythm with the distant sea. You stood near the balcony doorway, holding your coffee with both hands. Sunlight resting on your shoulders while waves disappeared into sand. Down below the town was waking, scooters humming down the coast. An old cafe rolled up its shutters as fishing boats returned home slow. And somewhere past the sleeping harbor, seagulls moved through pale blue skies. The shadows crossed the ocean water like fading memories passing by. You laughed softly at something small, a conversation I can't fully recall, but somehow mornings held together better than photographs ever could. Coastal light falling gently through the room, palm tree shadows on the ceiling, the ocean blue. Your reflection on the balcony glass still returns when daylight fades, like those quiet roads beside the shoreline we drove through almost every day. Convertible kept rolling along the curve beside the sea. Salt air tangled through your hair while old songs play quietly. We passed faded motels near the coastline, neon signs worn by the years, small fruit stands and empty diners, still untouched by crowded streets. Pick seashells near the boardwalk, slipping them into your jacket pocket, while barefoot children chase the tide beneath the wooden pier at sunset. And somewhere near the end of morning, you leaned your head against the glass, Watching sunlight move across the water, like it was trying not to leave too fast. Nothing needed to be spoken, the silence already said enough. Those slow tropical mornings always carried their own kind of love. Coastal light falling gently through the room, palm tree shadows on the ceiling, moving with the ocean blue. Your reflection on the balcony glass still returns when daylight fades, like those quiet roads beside the shoreline we drove through almost every day. Years later, certain mornings still arrive with the same warm air against my skin. And suddenly I'm back beside that balcony, listening to curtains move in the wind. The old cafe near the harbor, the postcards taped beside the mirror, your unfinished drink beside the record player, tiny details somehow staying clearer. Time carried everything forward, but some places never really disappear. They wait quietly beneath the surface, like waves returning near. Coastal light still pours through distant memories, across empty beach roads at sunrise, and forgotten seaside streets, somewhere boats are leaving harbor, under skies washed soft and pale. And your voice still drifts beside me, like music carried by the waves. The balcony chair stayed empty, coffee cooling in the quiet room, curtains lifted in warm ocean air, as sunlight crossed the floor at noon. Far away the shoreline shimmered under fading tropical light, and the coastal road kept winding long after we disappeared from sight. The morning came through linen curtains, soft light spilling across the floor. You were half asleep beside me, listening to the waves below. Coffee steamed beside the record player, an old song turning low and slow. Outside, palm shadows crossed the balcony, like they had nowhere else to go. The town still moved in quiet colors, fruit stands opening near the bay. A fisherman washed down his boat, the sunlight climbed into the day. You smile without really speaking, tracing circles on the glass, watching distant ferries drifting beyond the edge of the harbor path. No crowded plans, no rushing hours, just ocean air between our words, and another morning disappearing softly into the sound of gulls and surf. Summer silence moving slowly through the room, barefoot shadows near the window, sunlight wrapped around you. Every road beside the coastline felt endless in the early heat, like the whole world had empty highway, past old motels washed in white, the dashboard glowing pale amber under the fading morning sky. You rested your feet against the seat, hair moving gently in warm wind, while tiny cafes near the shoreline prepared for another day to begin. At a small marina outside town, children ran along the pier, their laughter mixing with the radio and distant engines in the harbor air. You bought postcards from an old woman who smiled like she remembered us, then tucked them into your beach bag beside seashells wrapped in dust. Even now I can still picture the sunlight resting on your skin. Certain mornings never really leave, they just wait quietly somewhere within. Summer silence, moving slowly through the room, barefoot shadows near the window, and sunlight wrapped around you. Every road beside the coastline felt endless in the early heat, like the whole world had forgotten everything except the sea. Years passed like distant sailboats, small against the changing blue, but some memories stay untouched, no matter what life moves through. The apartment near the shoreline, the fan spinning overhead, your sunglasses on the table, half-read books beside the bed. Sometimes peace arrives unexpectedly in tiny scenes the world ignores, like curtains breathing in ocean wind, or footsteps fading near the shore. Summer silence still returns with morning light, through old cafes and empty highways, and reflections on the tide. Somewhere waves still touch the boardwalk where we stayed those quiet days, and the ocean keeps repeating everything we never had to say. Two unfinished cups of coffee sat cooling by the balcony rail, palm shadows cross the hallway walls as sunlight slowly turned pale. The radio plays softly in the distance while warm wind moved through the room, and outside the coastal highway shimmered beneath another fading afternoon.